Hey makers, this is Yana with Mockys, and today I'm going to show you how to put together this 3D snowflake spinning cake topper. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe for more helpful tutorials. Okay, well, let's get started. So to make this work, first we're going to show you that I need some kind of string. I have this fishing line. You can see it's very thin. That's what makes this transparent. It's easier to see that it looks like the snowflake is floating. You can also use a thread that you have, maybe a white color or something that matches the colors that you choose for your snowflake design. And of course, we're gonna need glue. I also have this tape that I'm gonna try to use to hold my fish wire together on the paper just to make sure it doesn't fall apart when we glue everything together. Use any tape that you have, the strongest tape that you have, to make that work. Okay, so to get started, what I want to do first is create the 3D snowflakes, and then so these 3D snowflakes, and then make these little ones also 3D, but kind of the height of the 3D. So let me show you how this works. So if you can see, make it close up. The way I've designed these snowflakes, there is a little notch on the very top, only on one side. So if you look at the other side or other sides, there's nothing. So the one that has the little notch, and same thing for the back, is how you know how you're gonna put them together. So make it super simple, super easy, alignment very simple. So first things first is what we're gonna do. Stick any tool. I have these like little tweezers that I use for my Cricut project. And I'm gonna go ahead and flip the snowflake over, and on the opposite side, just go ahead and push these little tabs inside. There's a lot of tabs, so I'm gonna go ahead and push them all, and then I'm gonna get back to you. Okay, go ahead and just kind of pick them up. If you have one of these tools, you can just kind of take it and curl them up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for the second one, so the back side. Okay, so now we have the 3D effect done. So next step is to glue the 3D snowflake on top of this glittery background. So now you can see that when we're gonna glue it, you're gonna see the 3D in the back. So very pretty. Let's go ahead and do that first. For the glue, I'm using the Barely Art Glue Precision Craft Glue. What I love about this glue is that it has an option to change the tip, and this is the ultra fine tip that I'm using right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put the glue all over the snowflake so we can glue it on the glitter side. Okay, so now we're gonna make sure that we have the tips aligned. So I want to make sure the little tip that I have right here is aligned with the glitter paper. Go ahead and align and just gently press to make sure it holds. So now let's go ahead and do the same thing on the second side. Now don't worry if you have any glue seeping through, because this glue dries clear and it's going to be nice and pretty when everything is dry. So I'm going to go ahead and let these snowflakes dry while I work on the other parts. So I'm going to go ahead and create these now. These I'm going to make 3D, so I'm going to use foam squares. Okay, so now we have all the snowflakes ready. We can go ahead and work on the spinning part. So again, make sure that they're lined up. So I'm looking for these little notches to make sure that I am going to be able to line them up correctly. Take my fishing wire, and I'm gonna put it straight with my tape. And I want to leave a whole bunch on the sides just to have enough to play around with. We can fix these after. I know I squished them a little. I'm gonna put just one more tape just in case. A few more tapes. Now that we have our tape secure, I'm gonna put the two snowflakes together to hide it. Because we have it's thicker in the middle now, have to hold it more, or maybe I should have used hot glue for this part. Okay, so definitely let this dry completely before you go to the next step. Now for the center part. For this design, I want to make sure to show you that where the string and the snowflake is going to be, there is a solid piece on the top and a solid piece on the bottom right here. So when you align your snowflake and the design in the middle, make sure that the string sits where the solid pieces are. So again, we're going to start with taping our snowflake to this piece first. Put it as straight as possible that you can, and make sure the string is tight. Okay, now that we taped it down, we're gonna go ahead and glue it again. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue it. Now you want to make sure you have it aligned. And I would start with this biggest piece first because it is the easiest to hold, and align that first. Again, all the glue will dry white. If you have some glue seeping through, don't worry about it. Then go ahead and line up the other pieces. So let it rest for a bit to make sure that it dries completely. But at this point, you're basically done. You can go ahead and cut the string. So now we're gonna add these little snowflakes that we've already pre-assembled earlier. I'm gonna put one right here, and we can put one right here. Again, let those dry a bit. And at this point, you're pretty much done. To download this design, go ahead and click on the link below the video. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see more tutorials like this one.